I want to give you some really nice skincare tips for the fall coming up. Well, we are in fall. So the weather is shifting. I live in Buffalo, New York, and we just came out of a very nice, beautiful, warm September and early October, but now the weather's really shifting. So what do I do for my skin? I use the cleansing milk as my first cleanser morning and night. And then I follow with the algae deep cleanse to remove my dead skin cell buildup so that when I put my layers of essential oil, marine lotion, and seawater on, it's going into my skin. And the moisturizer that I like to use this time of year is I'm segueing into the calming cream because it's light enough for this in between season. It's not bitter cold here yet. When it is, in the fall, later in the fall into winter, I'm going to give you tips for what moisturizers are better for your skin at that time. But for right now, for my kind of moderate, cool fall climate, I'm using the calming cream during the day, and I can never not use my restorative red marine algae cream at night because it's just the most anti-aging cream on the planet. So this next holiday that's coming up is Halloween. So that means more candy, more artificial coloring, flavoring, excess sugar, excess alcohol, and a lot of stress. So what you need to do this time of year is really make sure you have either my C-Clay mask or my pore minimizing mask, because not only should you use it once a week all over on a clean skin, but after you remove it and you do your skincare routine, wherever you're breaking out, and you will break out from all the sugar, you just spot treat with either one of those masks overnight. You just dot it on the blemish or the blackhead, and it by the time morning comes, it'll be gone. So that's really important. And also, I think it's a good time of year to practice. This is very important for you. When you wake up in the morning, remember, always brush your teeth and scrape your tongue before you drink any water. That's very important for you because you want to get rid of the toxic bacteria that's in your mouth before you eat or drink anything. And before you eat anything, you take a nice glass of warm water and you put fresh squeezed lemon juice in it, or you put a tablespoon of organic apple cider vinegar into your water and you drink that nice and slowly. And that'll help to clean out your blood. So you're going to get to the root of the problem if you're cleansing your blood in gentle ways like this. I also recommend that people take chelated zinc by Solgar. Solgar is a good brand of vitamins, and minerals are very hard to absorb. So when a mineral is chelated, it's a little easier for absorption. And chelated zinc is really good for fighting infection. And so is vitamin D, but always make sure it's vitamin D3 with K2, because then you're protecting your bones as well. And you also want to take more vitamin C. And I believe in Ester C. Ester C is not a brand. It's what they do to the vitamin C to make it more gentle on your stomach. So when I was 15, I was suffering from an ulcer. And so I've always had a very, very sensitive stomach. I've always had very sensitive skin. That's why I'm the animal that my products are tested on, because if they're going to work for me, they'll work for you. And I remember when I was introduced as I was getting older to Ester C, it made a big difference in how much I could take and it not bothering me. So I suggest with the Ester C that you take 500 milligrams throughout the day. Anything more than that, you when you go, you pee it out. So it's not good. So just take 500 at a time. And if you do what I'm asking you to do, then you can breeze through this holiday without breaking out. But if you do break out, you've got the big guns with either the C-Clay mask or the pore minimizing mask. And remember, it's always good to drink a half ounce per pound that you weigh of water. You drink half ounce of water per pound that you weigh, but you don't drink it all at once. I mean, you drink it throughout the day. You never drink a lot of water all at one time, especially when you're eating. So that's just a good, healthy tip for you for this season and beyond, but especially for this season coming up, because the candy that we're buying and these we give these poor little innocent beautiful kids that come to the door, I even tell them I feel so guilty because I'm poisoning them with this crap. So anyway, be careful. Your liver needs a lot of help when you're being poisoned. And I to for my liver, I put when I make my pot of tea in the morning, I'm using dandelion and milk thistle tea plus my Earl Grey. And I put fresh ginger in and I put cloves in. And that really helps keep my system clean and clear. So that's a good tip for you, because you've got to think always, not just your skin, but think of your liver health, because your liver is a filtration system. In a way, it breaks down toxins and gets rid of them. Your kidneys filter your blood. That's why you can get dark circles under your eyes. In my book, The Ciminelli Solution, I have 2 soup recipes. To me, food is medicine, and it's been proven over for thousands of years that what you eat affects you. So for your liver, my recipe for mung bean soup is great, and for the kidneys, the recipe for aduki bean soup is great. I changed the recipe from my book, The Ciminelli Solution, a 7-day plan for radiant skin, by upping the amount of ginger and garlic I put in it. And I also put a lot of fresh ground coriander in it because it's so healthy and it's so delicious. Anyway, those 2 soups will be good for you to eat this time of year. And also try to remember this: eat the season. So apples are so healthy for you, and pears. Eat seasonal vegetables, which are the root vegetables. And anything that grows below ground is really important for you, like carrots. But carrots, you don't absorb the nutrients from carrots unless you cook them. So I like to roast them with cumin and a little lemon and salt, pepper. And I think that's a good way to eat them because they're delicious then. And you can also make carrot soup. And those are good ways to get your carrots in. But also, not only root vegetables, but your squashes, your heartier squashes are good this time of year for you. It helps to build up your immune system. Okay, so because we're consuming more alcohol this time of year, alcohol could so easily give you rosacea, plus it affects your liver, plus it diminishes your immune system. So you really need to, if you're going to be drinking alcohol either every day or in excess on your weekends, which I don't suggest, you need to remember to add lemon to your water in the morning before you eat or before you eat your breakfast. Drink warm lemon water. You can also add apple cider vinegar to the lemon water, or do the apple cider vinegar on its own. This will help your liver, because you need to protect your liver if you're drinking alcohol. But as far as how it damages your skin, it prematurely ages you. Your skin will sag more, you'll be dull, you'll have dark circles under your eyes, and your eyes will not be bright and shiny, and your energy will wane. So I think you really need to be careful with alcohol. I'm not saying don't drink, but make sure you're not drinking in excess. And for every drink that you drink, make sure you're drinking a nice glass of water every time you're having a drink. So those are my tips for to navigate through at least November. I'll have lots of tips for you in December for how to navigate through to stop yourself from breaking out or having issues with your skin.